You thought Lewis Hamilton's move to Ferrari was the beginning of a glorious final chapter? A bold gamble for title number 8? What if I told you, some people think it was actually the beginning of the end? Because now, a legend is being told to walk away, not by trolls, not by rivals, but by Bernie Ecclestone himself. And his words, if he continues, he's cheating himself. But here's what makes this twist even wilder. Ecclestone didn't just tell Hamilton to retire, he suggested Ferrari should replace him, and not with a world champion, not with a proven veteran, but with Isack Hadjar, a rookie, or Gabriel Bortoleto, a kid from Brazil, barely out of F2. This isn't just a story about a bad race, it's a full-on changing of the guard. Let's break it down. The Hungry Meltdown, Hamilton qualifies 12th. Leclerc takes pole. Hamilton tells Sky F1, I'm useless. Absolutely useless. The team has no problem. They probably need to change driver. The race? He finishes where he started. P12. No overtakes, no fight back, no joy. And then comes the chilling quote, hopefully I'll be back. Yeah. Not I'll be back, but hopefully. For the first time in years, Hamilton sounds uncertain. And then Ecclestone drops the bomb. He should stop now. He's tired. He needs a rest for good. He's not a cheat, but he'd be cheating himself if he goes on. Brutal, raw, and coming from a man who once ran the sport. This isn't just about Hungary. It's not even about 2025. It's about what happens next. Ferrari is locked in a title fight with McLaren and Red Bull. Leclerc is flying. Hamilton is spiraling. And now there are whispers, exit strategies, rookie replacements, paying out contracts until 2027. If Ferrari pulls the trigger, if Hamilton walks away, the ripple effect could shake the entire grid. Carlos Sainz just signed with Williams. Behrman's not ready, and now Ecclestone is backing Hadjar and Bortoleto as future Ferrari drivers. The next generation isn't knocking, they're breaking the door down. But let's stop and ask the real question. What's going on inside Lewis? The man who dominated a decade, the fighter who dethroned Schumacher's legacy, the one who turned pressure into poetry, now sits in a Ferrari he doesn't trust, fights a car that won't respond, watches his teammate put it on pole, and the doubt is creeping in, not just about Ferrari, but about himself. Hopefully I'll be back. I'm useless. They probably need to change driver. These aren't just quotes, they're cries. Because Lewis Hamilton isn't just another driver. He's a symbol of excellence, of resilience, of evolution. He made Formula One global. He broke records nobody thought possible, and he carried an entire generation with him, on and off track. But now, he stands at a crossroads. Keep going and risk fading, or walk away and preserve the legend. Bernie says, leave now, negotiate the contract, take the money, exit with dignity. But is that the ending Lewis wants? Does he get to write the final chapter, or is Ferrari doing it for him? Look, we all know the truth. He's 40. He hasn't stood on a podium all season. The data doesn't lie, but neither does heart. And right now, Lewis has more of it than ever. You can feel the frustration, the weight of expectation, the pain of transition, and yet there's still fire, still hope, still fight. But for how long? So here's the question. Is Bernie Ecclestone right? Should Hamilton call it quits and walk away now, while he still can? Or is this all just noise before the redemption? Will he rise in Zandvoort? Will he prove them wrong again? Or is the greatest of all time finally reaching the final lap? You thought Lewis Hamilton had lost faith in himself? That he was finally breaking under the weight of Ferrari's failure? What if I told you, the person who knows him best still believes he's got everything it takes to rewrite history? Because while the world whispers retirement, Toto Wolff is shouting back, he's the GOAT. He's got unfinished business. And here's the twist most people didn't expect. Toto isn't bitter. He's not distant. He's not even defensive. Instead, the former Mercedes boss just gave one of the most powerful tributes to Hamilton's legacy and future. He didn't deny the pain. He embraced it. Because to him, this isn't the end. This is the setup for a comeback, and it all hinges on next year's revolution. Lighter cars, new power units, and a rule book that could level the playing field. Let's rewind to Hungary. Lewis gets knocked out in the second quarter. Leclerc puts the Ferrari on pole. Hamilton tells the media, "I'm useless. Absolutely useless. They probably need to change driver. Hopefully I'll be back." Words that felt like a dagger to every Hamilton fan on earth. The man who defied eras, fought for justice, and rewrote every F1 record. Now questioning his own place on the grid. It felt surreal. But Toto Wolff wasn't shaken. Speaking to Planet F1, that's just Lewis wearing his heart on his sleeve. He's always been emotionally transparent. He beats himself up. But he's still the GOAT. And then he drops the line that flips everything. Lewis has unfinished business in Formula One. So what does that unfinished business actually look like? It's not just about surviving Ferrari's current chaos. It's about 2026, the most radical rule change in over a decade. And guess what? That might be Hamilton's best shot in years. Why? Smaller, lighter cars equals better agility. 50-50 hybrid engines equals more emphasis on energy management. Driving style will matter more than raw aero dominance. In Wolff's own words, these new cars will need intelligence to manage energy. That's Lewis. It's not about brute force anymore. It's about racecraft. It's about mastery. And who better than a 7-time world champion? But let's not pretend everything's fine. Lewis isn't just fighting lap times. He's fighting doubt. Internal doubt. Maybe they should change driver. I'm not where I want to be. External pressure. Fans asking if he's lost it. Pundits calling for his exit. Even Bernie Ecclestone saying he should walk away. But the deeper wound? It's that Ferrari, the dream team, isn't delivering the weapon he needs. And every weekend he struggles. The dream feels more distant. But here's what separates Lewis from the rest. He doesn't hide from adversity. He uses it. From karting racism to Abu Dhabi 2021. From silver spoon criticism to 105 wins. He's faced the fire every single time and come back sharper. And now, this might be his most important fight yet. Not just to win, but to lead. To show the next generation that greatness isn't about comfort. It's about courage. Toto Wolff knows it. No single weekend or season takes that away. He'll always be the GOAT. Still, let's be real. If Ferrari doesn't fix their rear-end stability, brake feel, and tire window issues, if Hamilton keeps qualifying outside the top 10, there's only so much he can do. Even the greatest driver in history needs a car that listens. And right now, the SF25 isn't listening. But 2026 brings a clean slate. In 2025, that's the bridge. If Lewis can survive the storm, if he can hold his nerve just a bit longer, that 8th title, still in play. So here's the question. Is Wolff right? Will 2026 be the final rebirth of Lewis Hamilton? Or are we witnessing a slow farewell, masked in optimism? Can Ferrari evolve fast enough? Or will history remember this chapter as the one that broke the legend? I want your take. Are you still with him? Is Lewis making the right call staying in F1? Or should he have never left Mercedes? Drop your comment below. Let's get this debate raging. Smash the like if you still believe in the GOAT. And don't forget to subscribe because whether it's the fall or the rise, we're witnessing F1 history in real time. Unfinished business. Let's see if he finishes it.